This article is about foundational sin. It stems from a study I did on the calves of northern Israel, set up by Jeroboam. And what I noticed was that all the kings of Israel were basically condemned because they never dealt with the golden calves. The golden calves were like an alternative religion to what was going on in Jerusalem. They undermined the message of God that he had set out in Jerusalem, which was the pattern which shows us the way to Christ through the sacrificial system for the priests, etc. This is all unpacked in the book of Hebrews. This false religion of the golden calves basically undermined God's integrity and his message. Well, I thought, do we have a foundational sin of the same character in our society? And there are many sins of which we could be accused of, and they have been dealt with through the revivals. The sin of corruption, the sin of slavery and the slave trade. But there is one particular sin that we took on in the 1820s, which was the abandonment of God's declared way of saying he created the world, which was 6,000 to 10,000 years ago, over 6 days. And this was replaced by millions of years. And we've never got away from that foundational sin. And as a result, all our academic institutions now reject God, and the church finds it very difficult to teach on these subjects of original sin and God as creator. And God is not pleased, as we know in Romans 1, verses 18 to 28. This foundational sin of rejecting God's account of creation leads to a sexual confusion on a massive scale. And God knew what was going to happen because in 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 to 10, he gives an account of how in the last days there'll be scoffers. And it seems to me that it's very important that if we're going to address the issues of sexual confusion and the breakdown of the family, we must first repent of this foundational sin of rejecting God as creator. Counterintuitive as it may seem, I believe that is the only way forward for the church. Well, thank you for listening.